If you're interested in teaching in Taiwan, it's going to be really important that you are aware of the fine print in your contract. Hi everyone, my name is Leah. Welcome to my channel. If you're interested in what life looks like living and working abroad, this channel's for you. One of the things that I recommend that teachers always do before they arrive to a new country is read your contract in full. A lot of teachers are taken by surprise when they see the additional responsibilities that they weren't aware of. And so, before you sign a new contract coming into Taiwan, I want to talk to you about some of these things that you should be expecting. I've made a ton of notes that I'm going to be sharing with you, so let's get into it. I'm going to start with my favorite. You, my friend, are responsible for maintaining a good relationship with the local resident. Your behavior outside of the school reflects on you as an individual, and it also reflects on the school. If there is undesirable behavior, maybe being drunk in public or being belligerent, they will report it to the school, and according to the contract, the school has a right to address it. What I'm not clear on is what is considered undesirable behavior. I've been reported twice. Our old school was getting ready to be demolished. I sent a text message to my director saying, hey, can I have some of these plants? And she said yes. I took 3 plants. It took all of 5 minutes for what seemed like the entire town to show up and take pictures of me taking these plants. I don't even think it was the end of the day before it was reporting that I was stealing school property. So the second time that I was reported, I was on a bike and I had headphones in one ear so that I could listen for directions. I was riding on the sidewalk. It was reported to the school that I practiced dangerous driving habits, that I could have hit or killed someone, and it needed to be addressed. Now, lucky for me, I have a really great school, but you should know that there is leeway given to people in your community to report undesirable behavior. I don't know what undesirable is. Most schools have several weeks off for winter vacation and summer vacation, but even though the students are off, you are still going to be required to come to school and work. During these winter and summer breaks, you might be asked to teach clinics or camps. They last anywhere between 3 to 10 days, and you are expected to either partner with your co-teacher to come up with the curriculum, or you will be responsible for coming up with something yourself. Most teachers have 1 week off during this 3 or 4 week period. That is technically the time that you're going to be given your 10 vacation days. You might be able to take all 3 weeks off during the summer and winter break. Only 5 of those days in summer and 5 of those days in winter are paid. If the school has promised a summer or winter camp to the parents, it isn't guaranteed that you can take those additional days off. Your overtime pay is not time and a half. It's actually less than your hourly pay. Not only that, it is literally worded that you cannot say no to your school if they ask you to work overtime. So throughout this video, you're going to hear me say this statement. It's really important that you have a good working relationship with your school. Be sure to subscribe and share if you find this information valuable. When you receive your schedule, it is most likely that you are going to have 12 noon off to 1:20. According to your contract, that is not technically your lunch break. Your lunch break is usually 12 to 12:20. Yes, it's a 20-minute lunch. That means that anytime after 12:20, technically that time can be allotted for school activity. You may be asked to teach classes that you are not technically trained and certified in. Taiwan is working to have their entire country be bilingual by the year 2030. This means that subjects in school are being pushed to be talked about in English. So it's not necessarily that you don't know how to teach science so much as they would like to have science taught in English. My suggestion would be, if you are assigned this curriculum, familiarize yourself with the book, make English lessons as best as you can that are following the curriculum, and just give your best effort. Your salary is taxed at 18% for the first 183 days that you are in Taiwan. Now, from January to the end of June, you're taxed at 18%, and then on July 1st, your tax rate drops. You have that lower tax rate, and in January January, it starts over again at the 18%. You budget your money accordingly. You are going to be responsible for an annual evaluation from someone at your school. It is important that this evaluation is completed because it is directly tied to the amount of your bonus. Your co-teacher can no longer do the evaluation. It needs to be either another teacher or a part of administration. Make sure that you have someone that understands what your roles and what your responsibilities are and what you're trying to achieve in the classroom. You don't want anyone evaluating you that do not speak English and that are able to place their own judgment on what they think that you're supposed to be doing when they haven't been in your classroom for the year. This is another reason, again, let's say it together, that you should have a good working relationship with your school. Even though these things have been added onto my plate, I still do a lot of things outside of my contractual obligation. I've compiled a video that shows everything that I've done, and you can check that out here. These are the new shirts for the 2023 school year. This thing is hot. Not only is it hot, but it looks like I should be coaching a women's basketball team somewhere.